It's the semi-finals of the World Cup, and into the tie breaks, Magnus Carlsen is up against Jan Krzysztof Duda. We are into a bishop endgame, an equal number of pawns on the board, but the tension is mounting. Magnus Carlsen or Duda, one of them will be eliminated. Duda picks up the pawn, now puts his bishop on f2. The sad part for Magnus is that all the pawns are on dark squares and can be taken by the bishop. Magnus looks exasperated because there is no way out. Final think on the board and resignation. This means that Magnus Carlsen is knocked out of the World Cup and Duda has made it to the finals. For Carlsen, World Cup was something that he wanted to win. It's one missing feather in his cap, but it was not meant to be. He leaves the playing hall there. Duda sits down, puts back the pieces. For him, it's a double victory. Not only does he move to the finals of the World Cup, he also is now qualified to the Candidates 2022. When it matters the most, Duda is able to beat the world champion. And now he will face Sergei Karyakin in the finals, which will be a mouth-watering treat for all the viewers. Hello, welcome everyone to Grandmaster Chess episode 17. This is Sagar Shah and a warm welcome to everyone here. I'm very excited that today we have the one and only World Cup winner Jan Krzysztof Duda, who will be joining us to show his best game. And along with him, we will have four very popular figures over here joining us. That will be Anirban Dasgupta, who is a well-known stand-up comedian. Biswa Kalyanrath, also a fantastic stand-up comedian. Joel D'Souza, a great comedian and also a very good chess player. In fact, all of them are. And Prakhar Gupta, who is a psychologist as well as a philosopher. So a very interesting combination, and they all will be here today. So it'll be great fun to have them. So Duda will be asking questions and it'll be awesome. So without any further delay, let me get a few of them into the room, and so that we can get it cracking at 7:30. One very important thing that I would like to mention here. Oh, hello. 1 second. Let me just. Hi, Prakhar.
Hi, how are you, Sagar bhai?
I'm good.
My camera and everything's working fine.
It's a little bit थोड़ा ऐसा hang हो रहा है, पता नहीं, but maybe.
Acha, let me check.
Prakhar didn't expect his camera to hang at all.
Yeah, that's so weird. One second, I'll check.
How are you, Joel?
I'm very good, Sagar bhai.
Joel, are you
How are you?
excited to learn from Duda and see his game?
I think I was gonna tweet some week ago that players like Duda, Dubov, Adiban are like, I think they are the most I don't know. It's like they're the most, I don't know, the most fun to watch, I think. It's like Dubov said this thing, which was very Dubov. Just I love how in interviews he goes and says controversial things. Like one of the things he said was, people think they are doing a lot for chess by streaming, but when it comes to play, they play boring games. He's like, I'm doing more for the chess world by just playing my games, because when people will look in hindsight, my chess will inspire way more than these streams. And I was like, dude, this is the attitude you want to live with.
Amazing guys. They are saying that there's a Zoom lag. Just to be sure, guys, I've just tried to fix something. Is it sorted? Just let me know.
Oh, are we live already?
Yes.
Yeah, we are, I think.
Live.
Oh, I thought we were not live. That's why I was saying all this.
No, but you said something very interesting. Audio lag.
Because there's this very one good game. I don't know, Sagar Shah, if you remember, there was this game of Duda versus Dubov in Chess Masters. where Duda sacrificed something, and the whole game was Duba was playing how he would, it was like a reverse Duba situation. And I was like, man, that game was just ping pong. And I was like, man, this is good. And I also really like how Duda actually even won the World Cup. He apparently walks something or takes a bus to the World Cup games. And then he gets late, so Magnus Carlsen gives him a ride, and then he goes and beats him only in 2 rounds. Yeah.
So it's amazing. That's one of the stories that we want to know from him. But just a second, I have to make sure if there is a lag, then I'll send you a new link of Zoom. But guys, just let us know. Prakhar, can you say something?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Maybe it's at my end only, the issue.
I think it's on the streaming end. Prakhar, move your hand, like a wave. Yeah, it's pretty fine.
Yeah, on the camera end, I think it's pretty fine. I think it's the screen जो हम आपके पीछे देख रहे हैं ना, Sagar bhai, that seems to be more of a problem.
No, even on the stream that I'm seeing right now.
Okay, I'll send a new link and then we can. Sorry for that. Just get it sorted. It should. Also, I have to send the new link to Duda. Done like 100 streams, but all the days. Okay, join done. Let's hope this is better. And guys, please do try to subscribe to Duda's Twitter link that I have put in and pinned over here. It would be very nice if you can do that. I have set things up for the stream like this, and so we will be able to see how many people are there on his Twitter throughout. So if you can just follow him, that would be very cool. For now, let me see if things are better.
Okay.
Hello, Anirban.
Hi, Sagar.
1 second.
Hi, Anirban.
Hey,
How are you?
brother. Good.
Good to talk to you, man.
Yes, man. What's up?
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I was like, this is good. This is a good plan, Sagar bhai. If I did not mention that already, by the way, this is a great plan.
Thank you. Guys, is it better now or is it? Hello, Biswa, welcome.
Hello. 1 second. क्या अनिर्बान? Hello, Prakhar.
क्या हाल है मेरे भाई? How are you?
कैसा लग रहा है सब लोग को सीओबी हार के?
वैसे पता है मेरे को अपने से ज्यादा आपके हारने पे दुख हुआ था बिस्वा भाई.
अरे क्यों यार?
क्योंकि आपका मुंह ऐसा हो गया था ना यार.
हाँ तो वो तो
so sad.
और आगे जो सीओबी लूजर also.
Brother, COB loser, but so much more profit.
की पार्टी है आज यहाँ पे.
Hi, Biswa, how are you?
Hey, very good, man.
Whose Wi-Fi you are hacking?
Hey guys, maybe it's pretty good now. 1 second.
Anirban, do you want to hear a fact about Duda? Which will only interest you, I feel. Duda is मतलब वो जो पे वो खेल रत्न टाइप अवार्ड होता है ना पोलैंड में. He always comes second and he's been coming second consistently for a couple of years. You know who is he trailing?
Wait 1 second. Poland.
Yeah.
Lewandowski.
Yeah. This is the worst thing possible.
Oh my God.
It's like there is 11. Man.
Lewandowski though is going to win it forever.
Yeah, it's like Vidit and Virat Kohli.
Oh, that's a great fact, man.
Yeah, I think I know a lot of Duda facts. I think I've ran out of them now.
There is no Samay. Only 4 of you.
Maybe that's why he's getting better.
What? Getting better at?
Man, Sagar Bhai is too.
Sagar Bhai is too innocent to roast, I feel.
One second. Arey, my main worry right now is to fix this Zoom thing. I don't know, but you can continue talking.
No. Are we live?
Yes, we are
We've
live.
been
we are
live forever, bro.
Sir, पहले बताने का था मैं.
हाँ.
वो सेम चीज मेरा भी ये हो गया. मैं आके तो कुछ ऐसा बोल रहा ये इसने ये बिचिंग किया इसने ये बिचिंग किया बोलता भाई हम लोग लाइव है. It's like
मैं तो ऐसे सागर भाई को ऑफ स्ट्रीम रोस्ट कर रहा था. As usual.
इस एक तो जो बोल रहा था ना सागर को कि रोस्ट करना बहुत प्योर है. मैं एक बार मेरे बाप को मैं कनन का एक जोक बोल रहा था.
एक सेकंड भाई, we are live, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you.
मैं अपने डैडी को एक कनन का जोक बोल रहा था कि हाँ
ऑफलाइन मेरे बाप को बोल रहा था जैसे ऑनलाइन मेरे डैडी
को बोल रहा
मेरे डैडी को बोल रहा था कनन का एक जोक है उसमें बोला कौन सा तो उसने बोला कि कनन का एक जोक है उसमें होता है हाउ देयर इज नो small talk in India, there is only big talk. Like you meet somebody at a it's like कोई तो like you meet some woman and they're like
Okay.
how much is your annual salary? ठीक है मैं मेरे बाप को सेम जोक बोला मेरा बाप बोलता but this does not happen. Okay man, fine. Fucking तो COB में इतना चूतिया सा खेले है. Oh, sorry.
No swearing.
Sorry. तो जानबूझ के awkward करा मेरे को मालूम है. Give me an out.
I was waiting for
Give me an out, brother.
If you just create silence, no, Joel will just run towards the fuck up.
Biswa, give me an out, tap in दे. WWE में रहता है ना.
अनिबान को पकाते हैं. और अनिबान क्या चल रहा है?
कुछ नहीं. क्या ही हो?
क्या अंकल वाला जवाब दे रहा है? कुछ अच्छा दे ना.
I am at home, bro, which is Faridabad.
Nice.
Then why do you have a US number?
Bro, because I have been in the US for the last like 3.5 years. I had to come back. COVID होने के बाद क्योंकि college online हो गया था, तो I was like, I'm not going to study. I took a break. That's when I came back. That's when all of this happened, and I'm going back next week. That's why.
Crazy.
Hello. Jan Krzysztof Duda is here.
Hello, guys.
Hello,
What's up?
hi.
Thank you to hear you.
Jan Krzysztof, sorry. I mean, it's a bit of a delay, but I was just trying to get something fixed. I don't know, something went wrong at the start, but warm welcome to you.
Oh, no, it's not an issue at all for me. Thank you for inviting me here. I'm really happy. Hopefully I'll manage to, to be, like my English is not perfect, I guess, in comparison to yours. So hopefully I will withstand the pressure. And we'll have an honor to show you my recent game against Magnus, which is like not the best. Excuse me, just have to. It was like quiet, and now I have like gone online already. I've got like a lot of phone calls. Yeah. Sorry for that. So I will show. I will show the game against Magnus, which is not the best, as said, but I think like one of the most important in my life because it got me into the finals of the World Cup and also got the spot in the candidates. So hopefully you will enjoy it.
It'll be great fun. And by the way, how do we call you? Is there a short name that we can call you with? Yeah,
Jan is fine.
Jan, okay.
I don't expect you to say Krzysztof, to be honest. Like only Poles can say it.
Hey, Krzysztof. Hi.
Hey, Krzysztof. Nice to meet you.
So I need to introduce all of them to you. So on the top left is Anirban. On the top right is Biswa, and next to you is Joel. All three of them are top stand-up comedians of India. And right in the center is Prakhar, who is a psychologist and also philosopher. So and all of them are combined with their love for chess. They love chess immensely, and they always want to learn and get better at chess. So thought this would be a wonderful meet here.
Jan, we must tell you, we all are very bad chess players.
Yes.
I don't know what Sagar has told you, but we don't know anything about chess. So please don't be disappointed. We will get everything wrong. And this is a massive waste of your time. But
come on, I've seen today some of your episodes, with Kramnik, for example, and Anish Giri. So it's not that bad. Trust me.
The Kramnik one was very good. Kramnik one was top level.
Yeah, because you won, Joel. Joel, you had some Jan facts, Duda facts, you said.
I was gonna say you beat. You're showing the game of the person who gave you a lift to one of the matches. But is that a true story, though?
Yes, it is. Actually, I missed my transport to playing venue. I was like, I think a couple of minutes late. And I mean, there was always a guy there responsible for that. So, because I have to be honest, I also was late once before. But okay, there was a guy, so he got me some transport. But this time there was nobody there. And I also kind of brainlessly waited for some time. And and I just spent like 10 minutes, I don't know, hoping, I don't know for what exactly. And then when I realized that, okay, there is no way. I mean, I have to get there to the playing venue on my own. It was like kind of too late, and also had to step to my room to get cash and so on. Luckily Magnus didn't leave yet, and I approached his father, or he rather even approached me. And and I was very fortunate that Magnus agreed.
And this was your game against Vidit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's too bad, because actually it changed my approach to the game somewhat. I need to be honest with you. Like, I wanted to play a bit differently, something else, but I thought that I can't put my luck like all day long, on the line. So decided to play something okay. I mean, it was great me, of course. It was great game for me, of course. Not so great for you and for Vidit, of course. I'm sorry for that. But
actually we all hate with it.
No, I mean, in the knockout format, there is always somebody has to lose, and that's an issue with the format. Yeah. But no, obviously it was a very challenging match and tournament in general. So I had this situation once, and but it was very fortunate for me, and I guess only for me, because after that I also won against Magnus. So I'm not sure he would repeat this experiment. No, but obviously it was very cool for him, of him. So I really appreciate it.
Also, yes, go on, Joel.
Sagar, I have one more question. Can I ask?
Yes, please.
In Poland, you're the number 2 athlete behind Robert Lewandowski. You think you'll ever be able to catch him?
I'm number 2, really. I don't think so, to be honest. Obviously, by now there is even no chance I can match Robert Lewandowski, because football is top of the top in terms of people watching it, following it. So chess has become recently more popular in Poland, but still a long way to go, of course. And but obviously I'm very happy to be one of the best, also recognized Polish athletes, because I think it's just great that chess is becoming more and more popular in Poland. I would love to see everyone in Poland playing chess, and because I think it's if you play chess even a very basic level, you are you have better chances in life, saying in general. So I think it's useful for everyone. Getting some skills developed by playing chess. So I would really see that. I love seeing that, and but obviously no chance with Robert yet.
Yeah,
I think from now on only Sagar should ask the questions.
I thought it was a joke question,
Joel
but
is
Duda
just
gave such
very
a
bad
serious
question.
answer.
But don't worry, Joel, Lewandowski is retiring in 2 years. No?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. He's ambitious, so he will, play as long as possible, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Ronaldo, for example, Messi, and so on.
But guys, you can see here, after Duda won the World Cup, he got so busy. They were like he was meeting the Prime Minister, I think. Yes. Then you had meetings with so many different people. You were like mobbed at the airport. I think it was amazing, yeah, when you won the World Cup.
Yes, of course it was. Although I have to say it was prior to the World Cup that I had met Prime Minister, and I have still to meet him now. But in general, obviously very happy with that. I mean, I'm kind of humble person, so it's not really my word, I guess. But still, it correlates with chess becoming more and more popular in Poland. So obviously very pleased. And it wasn't easy back at the airport because I didn't sleep at all during the night, because also had flight at some silly hours, and you happen to land in Warsaw, and then so many people and so many reporters and TVs and so on. I was really taken aback, and luckily I didn't say anything stupid, and I'm very happy with that, because it was like 50-50 chance, back then. Obviously very great.
Amazing.
Yeah, in India, obviously, it's just also is becoming more and more popular, and but there are far more people living there, so it's of course there are more Indians than Europe. People living in Europe, I guess. So a bit different topic, but in general, I think it's a worldwide trend, and I think everyone's happy.
Yes. Okay, guys, should we get to chess?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let us.
So, okay, I did some very good arrangement today, and everything is set here. Please don't switch off your cameras, otherwise everything will change.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had to downgrade my camera. I think that there was too much lag before.
Arey yaar, Biswa!
I'm sorry.
What is this?
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm very sorry. I didn't realize this would happen. Oh my God.
For a brief second, I am Jan.
Oh, I was going for a joke. Oh my God.
Oh, just because me
only my thing is constant.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought it'll come back to normal. Oh God, I'm so embarrassed.
Man, hey, I didn't know I won the World Cup a month ago. Who wants to see my immortal game?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so Jan, I'll tell you what the rules are. Basically, as you said, you have seen some of the episodes, so you know it. The main thing is that there will be 10 critical moments in the game. And guys, Jan knows about them. He was like, not this. He told me a few of them have to change. So he is very, he was very much involved in selecting the positions. And also, if you think that they give an answer which was not played in the game but is logical, you can still decide to award them a point or half a point. Your decision there. Yeah.
Right. True.
And the one who gets the most correct would be the winner. And also, right now we have a scoreboard that is in place. And just so that for all the viewers who are watching, this is right now the score card. We have Vaibhav, who's not present today, is leading with 100 points. And Biswa, this is your chance to, beat him. 83.5 you are on. And also Anirban is on 65. Joel has been to one session, and Prakhar today is making his debut. So it'll be great fun to see that. And also, guys, the winner of overall Grandmaster Chess gets this amazing DGT board, which is out there that I have, and beautiful set.
Bluetooth?
Sorry?
Why does it have a Bluetooth thing?
Oh,
Yeah, it works
Joel,
through
बाद में
Bluetooth.
पूछना
Okay.
Okay, so can you tell us a bit about this game, Jan? What was it like to face Magnus? Because, I mean, facing the world champion is never easy, and we all know how strong he is. So, what was your thought before this game?
Yeah, actually, I thought it was extremely unlucky to face Magnus in semifinals, because as said, there was so much at stake, including mostly candidates, which I like at the time cared most about. And yeah, and Magnus Carlsen was like the worst person in the world, I guess, to play against. Yeah, but of course, I mean, yeah, I was just trying to be solid with black, have some pressure with white, but I didn't manage to win with white. I mean, in classical session, because I mean, respectively, I had some chances, but he defended very stubbornly, and okay, it ended in a draw. And we got into the tie breaks. I had to play first game with white, which in general I think is a big disadvantage to play with white first game. I mean, I prefer a lot to play with black, because I mean, you always have white next game. So even if you kind of play bad game, then still there is a chance to take a revenge, to level the score. But okay, I had to play white in that case. So also the same strategy, didn't get anything, just made a draw. And now was playing with black pieces. It was very uncomfortable, to be honest. And I didn't even like dream to win the game with black, to be honest. My first like thought was just to, you know, play solidly, and hopefully I will make a draw and then win in some later stage of the match. But actually I was lucky. I mean, in general, I was having luck on my side in Sochi. So this game is like, okay, I was fortunate that Magnus overplayed with white, I think, pretty quickly. Like, okay, it was 10th position for 3 results. So, but okay, maybe let's have a look.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Magnus with white. This is the time control was 25 plus 10, right?
Yeah, exactly.
25 minutes plus 10-second increment. So Magnus opened the game with 1 e4, and
it was also difficult, of course, to force in his first move, because he can basically play anything. So, for example, he played d4 in classical game, but yeah, I thought, I mean, my coach thought that he would have like he would play something very relatively simple, I mean, without much theory. And that was actually the case in this game. So yeah.
Who was your coach, if you don't mind?
Yeah, Grandmaster Kamil Mitoń. Yeah, we've been working together since like, I don't know, 2011 or something, almost 10 years.
Okay. Fantastic. So it was the Sicilian. He went knight f3. You played d6. And I think bishop b5 is a typical Magnus move, you know, like keeping maybe small edge, but also a relatively safe position, right?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I think he plays bishop b5 check even more often than d4. Yeah, obviously d4 was like more principal, but it's not that bishop b5. He was like, obviously he was playing for a win, and it was kind of, yeah, I mean, big fight ahead. So yeah, right. Not a surprise. It was my first guess actually in preparation before the classical game, that if first e4 like approaches, then bishop b5 check is very likely to happen.
Okay,
and so that was actually the case.
You played bd7. He took. Queen takes, castles, knight to f6, attacking the pawn on e4. He defended queen e2, knight to c6, developing, and now Magnus played c3. And guys, here is your first question for today. Black to play. What do you do here? You have exactly 2 minutes only for this, because it's an opening position.
Yeah, it's just a warm-up, I guess.
Yeah,
I must confess, I like never. I mean, never crossed my thought that this queen e2 c3 stuff. But obviously his plan is pretty obvious. He wants to play d4, and do we stop it or like play something else? What do you think, guys? As said, it's pretty I think straightforward, and just Sagar asked me to put critical moment early in the game because it's basically theoretical position. So
yeah. This is something which, according to Jan, was not the best one. But guys, to get you involved in the game, it would be nice to start off. And everyone at home watching this, you can get a chess set by your side, and you can write in the chat. You can write down the move that you are guessing and try to rate yourself also over here. Jan, the chat of Grandmaster Chess is the most chess centric. You will see only chess moves in the chat. Everyone's just writing moves there, so it's a complete chess environment here.
Very cool. Yeah.
Okay, so white to move here, and while this is the first question, but as we go ahead, when they are thinking, I have some questions for you. I have prepared, so we'll talk about those things as well while they are thinking. So last 20 seconds, guys. And
Sagar bhai, how many moves can we offer?
Only one. Only one. But okay, I mean, your move, whatever you're going to play in the game is what you have to, like, imagine you're black here playing Magnus Carlsen. Yeah, that's how you should be thinking. Okay, that's time up, and let's begin with Biswa first. Biswa, what's your move?
Oh no. I have very bad move. Forgive me for this, but long castle.
Long castle. Okay, we'll come to one by one. Jan, we will get your thoughts. Anirban, what's your move?
E5.
E5. Oh, and also in the chat, a lot of people said E5. Prakhar?
Yeah, E5. That's what I think.
Oh, Prakhar also E5. And what about Joel?
I would say E5, but of all the games I've seen of Jan play, I know he's not gonna play E5, but I'll still say E5.
E5.
Yeah.
So we have three people here, Jan, who have said E5, and Biswa, who's kind of positional player, goes for long castle. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, actually, kind of expected that because provoked you by saying that his obvious plan is playing d4 and e5 is like the most natural way to stop it. I think the only way actually to stop it. The thing is that it doesn't stop d4 for a long time, I guess. Just rook d1 after e5, then followed by d4. I'm not sure it really stops anything. It might just backfire for black. And also we have dark square bishops, so in general we would prefer to have our pawns on light squares, but obviously there are many like ways to develop pieces. And yeah, I played e6. Yeah, about long castle, I mean the move, objectively speaking, the move can be good, but I admire creativity because yeah, sometimes there are such ideas. I mean, not in this very line with queen e2 c3, but there are some g5 ideas and so on.
So here,
maybe
not the best
point. So you played e6.
Yeah, e6 was played by Jan. So do they get any points for e5 and long castle? I want to know, Jan, whether you are a strict teacher or you are going to be a little lenient with them.
Yeah, in general, I'm a bad teacher. That's why I try to play chess only. I mean, e5 as said is better move, but for creativity, I think long castle also deserves half of.
Really?
Yeah, so,
I don't want
to. But it's only now it won't be any longer the case because now everyone can be creative, and the point is for the first person to to come up with something such unorthodox, I think also nobody in the chat proposed this. So have a point, but it's only the beginning, guys. So
everyone gets half a point here.
Yeah,
okay,
I think
cool.
I think so.
So all of you are off to the mark, and Biswa very luckily you are also off the mark.
No, I want you to enjoy the game as much as I do. So you can't have a stress, of having like 0 points. Yeah, but it won't be easy anymore. I promise.
Okay.
Okay.
So Jan, you are also looking at the chat. Yeah, you have the chat in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So guys, whatever you are writing, Jan can also check some of those. So CD4 was played. And here, not for points, guys, you can just shout out the move, whoever thinks, what do you play here as black? This was one of my questions, and Jan said, please don't put this. It's too obvious. We don't need this one. So, but still, what do you play here?
E5 or bishop E7?
Sorry?
But
bishop
I think
E7.
E5 first. Close the center first, maybe. Because D5 is coming. I'm not sure.
E5
right?
It takes.
E5 or D5, excuse me, because I'm not sure.
I said E5, maybe E5.
E5.
E5. That's what he said, E5.
Yeah. Okay, E5. I said I would love to have my pawns on light squares. So after E5, again, I think just D5 maybe. I have
D5 is
to,
better.
I have to I have to lose tempi with my knight now. I'm not really sure what to do. And D5 is much better in principle, because now basically we have the French structure, but without this stupid bishop on C8. So it's like a dream, I think, relatively, respectively, for black. And now it's important, of course, what to do with the knight. I think I played knight e4, but I think knight g8 might be like okay.
Knight g8 might be better.
I mean, maybe not better, but okay for black as well. Played something similar earlier in my career, but not in this
Jan, how can knight
position.
g8 be good? Because it undevelops a piece and brings it back.
Yeah, okay. The point is just to not to lose the knight and to reroute it to f5 after knight e7, knight f5. Yeah, I mean, white is probably slightly better here, but it's not so terrible. I mean, black is extremely solid right now, and it's also like quite easy, I think, to develop. So, okay, I played knight e4, which should be in principle a better move for me, I believe, than knight g8. Knight g8 is like more fighting because there are more pieces. Yeah, but why not to play knight e4 against Magnus?
Okay. So
now natural developing move, knight d2, of course, but as said, I'm happy to trade pieces, because also as I said, I was content with the draw right now, and obviously every exchange makes it more likely to happen. So and now also
second point, second point for all of you guys. And once again here, this time we give you 2 minutes 30 seconds for this one to think about your move. Black to play. What do you do here? What did Jan do in this position? Important moment in the game. Okay, guys, in the chat as well, what do you play here? While they are thinking.
Yeah, it's not that there is one good option for me. Actually, there is a couple of good options. Obviously, I had to play one direct move. So, but I think, now it will be difficult to judge properly. Yeah, I mean, toward points. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what they come up with. Maybe some other long castling move by Biswa again, and then you can comfortably give him 0. Okay, and
I mean, King E7 is also there. Don't just underestimate King E7.
Okay, Jan, while they are thinking, I managed to, get some very interesting pictures of you just for our viewers, Guys, just
Really?
a second here. This one over here, beautiful picture, but while they cannot, we cannot put it on for a long time because they cannot see the board. Can you tell us a bit about that one? It was your first ever championship, right?
Yeah, most probably. I mean, it was 2005, so I'm not sure I remember that all that much from that time.
So you were what, 7 years old?
Yeah,
Wow.
I was 7. Yeah, I think some, I don't know, kindergarten championship or something like that. Difficult even to name it in English, but yeah, it was one of my first appearances. But it's your initiative, not mine, yeah, to show this picture. Just to be clear, yeah.
But who taught you chess? Like, was it your mom, dad, your anyone?
My mom signed me to a local club when I was lucky to meet my first coach, who made me love chess. So my mom thought I might be good in. I mean, my mom didn't teach me chess herself, but she thought I might be good in chess because I was capable of playing with one toy for a long time, for example. So, and also chess was known in my family. I mean, my aunt was Polish woman chess champion.
Oh, really?
Back in 1991, yeah. So, yeah, there are some chess traditions in my family for sure.
Very nice, very nice. So, Jan, time is up for them, and we'll start with Anirban. Anirban, what's your move?
Now I have 3 moves, but I'll
3 moves. Okay.
go with.
And this is the Anirban scam. He did it in the Kramnik episode also.
No, only one. Anirban.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bishop E7.
Bishop E7 is Anirban's move. Okay, Prakhar.
Well, I was going to say Bishop E7, but Anirban's already got it. So
No, you can also say it. If you say it, it doesn't matter.
Bishop E7 looks right. Bishop E7 or Rook C8, maybe one of the two. But Bishop E7.
Bishop E7 is Prakhar's move. Joel?
Again, I think like the previous answer, Bishop E7 looks more logical, but seeing Duda's game, he's not going E7. So I just feel it's also, since he said he wouldn't mind a draw, I think Bishop B4.
Okay, Joel goes Bishop B4, and last but not the least, Biswa.
Okay, here for 0 points. Here we go. H6.
H6.
H6 is one of the moves I thought too.
Okay.
So very creative, Biswa.
Biswa is just going for creativity points today.
Yeah.
It's like to hell with the right moves.
I don't know. Bishop E7. If it's so obvious, then why are you asking?
Right. That I thought so too. That's a logical way to think about it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and now it's tricky moment because how can I?
Few points, yes.
How can I judge someone badly who proposes move Bishop E7 and awards only Joel said Bishop B4, right? But he, you know the game, don't you? Like you said something like that, at least. Yeah, I mean, obviously 3 natural moves here: Bishop E7, Bishop B4, Rook C8, just developing. Actually, Bishop E7 is the most natural move under the sun. It's just developing calmly, making short castle next, and yeah, just pretending that we are roughly equal. Yeah, but I played Bishop B4 instead because, which is kind of weird move, to be honest. Like, I hadn't seen anything like that before in such structures, because usually you would think that White's dark square bishop is a bad piece here, right? Because White has like a lot of pawns on dark squares, most notably E4, E5, D4, and usually it's kind of bad bishop for him.
Right.
So why to exchange it, right? If it's bad. But as you will see, Magnus even won't trade. We play bishop F4 here. Yeah. So I just thought, that. I mean, because such position in general, the evaluation of such position has changed in recent years. Because when I was young, one would say that I mean, I would estimate such positions as after bishop e7 as probably level, but only black can be better because I have better bishop. The pawn on d4 is potentially weak, and yeah, just by playing normal moves, I can take over actually. But recently, people like started to appreciate space more. Obviously, pawn e5 gives a lot of space for white. Also, he can start some attack by playing h4, knight g5. I mean, in some not straight away, but also h4, h5, h6 is kind of unpleasant idea to meet. And yeah, and there is also a rule in chess which says that if we have less space, then it makes perfect sense to trade pieces. So on the one hand, it was like apparently pure, exchange. On the other hand, just and it was just like working with my strategy of trading pieces and exchanging pieces. So and now I have honestly no idea why. I mean, how to judge, because as said, I don't think bishop b4 is any better than bishop e7. It's just the move I played.
But you can give them a full point if both of them are okay.
I think
But what if bishop took? Would you just take with the knight and then fall back to c6? Is that the idea?
Precisely. I mean, maybe not straight away. Either if I'm forced, maybe
if you're forced,
if he plays like a3, queen d2 or something,
right?
Because I would just like to trade even more pieces. I mean, rooks on the c line. So so 1 point for I think everyone, because everyone proposed either bishop e7 or bishop b4.
But
is that right?
No, one of us proposed h6. You're forgetting.
H6.
Okay, I don't.
H6. Okay. H6 is too slow, unfortunately. Of course, it makes some sense, but why not to develop first, right?
No,
only then.
Bishop e7, knight g5, then if you castle, he plays queen h5.
No, but this is hanging.
The pawn on d4 is hanging. That's an issue. And in general, of course, knight g5 is in some moment, not straight away, is might be dangerous for me. And we'll also see it in the game. Like it won't happen, but Magnus will be trying to force it like half of the game long. And so I'm sorry, h6 is not a proper move here.
Yeah, but I really liked your concept of, this space has become more important recently. It's very interesting what is mentioned. So bishop f4 by Magnus, who tries to keep more pieces on the board. Jan castles, queen d3, and now drops it back to bishop e7. Maybe just keeping an eye on g5, right?
Right.
Yeah, precisely, because now knight g5 was kind of a threat, so...
And you would have given your bishop for a knight here.
Yeah, because I'm satisfied with trades here. Also, with a pure bishop, I don't think he can harass me that much. Like, still does rook c8, I guess. Maybe knight e7, knight f5 one day.
Right.
It's just vital not to get checkmated. And once I eliminate his knight, it's quite easy.
It's very difficult to checkmate you, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting. So he
next to impossible.
a3, rook c8.
And also bishop e7. I mean, the queen can be harassed, by knight before move. So he played a3. Basically now it's kind of weird position that Magnus first and foremost will try to clinch on the queen side. I mean, not to get me any entry points. And as you will see, he will play like a lot of apparently passive kind of slow moves, like b3, rook b1 later on. But the point is just not so that I won't have any entry points, as you will see. Because his plan here is of course to attack on my king, like g3, h4, king g2, and only then knight g5, just to recapture with the h4 pawn, and then rook h1, harassing h7, and it can be very difficult and to meet. And it was also, I mean, I used a lot of time around here just trying to what I'm supposed to do here with black, right? Because this plan of h4 knight g5 is very slow, but how I'm how can I counter it, and how can I create my own threats on the queen side. I sensed the danger here, and that was vital because the opening looks kind of timing for white. I mean, in older days, no one would play like this, but in 2021, Magnus Carlsen, one of the best chess players ever, plays like this. So he clearly had some idea in mind. Yeah, and luckily I spotted. I found a way to to get some counterplay on the queen side here.
So, Jan, here pushing your pawns h6 or something is not good, right? Because it just creates weaknesses. So this idea which you're talking about, you never want to really go h6 in the position, or do you?
I think it doesn't matter. Knight g5 is not a threat, so why to play h6? I can play it one day, but by now I think I have just more useful moves.
So you came up with this idea of queen c6. Maybe your idea was to penetrate, yes, to c2.
Yeah, of course, C2, just to c3. Yeah, because the queen on d3 is like a very annoying piece here. She protects the queen side, the pawn on d4, and also ice on the h7 pawn. So Magnus clearly is never will never allow me to play queen c2. So he
attacks the knight.
Attacks my knight. Yeah, I have to defend it by means of queen b6, I think.
Yeah, and now you're threatening to win a pawn here with queen on knight b3. So he went rook fb1, because if he goes with the other rook, then this pawn is hanging, correct?
Yeah, his rooks, as said earlier, are very unimpressive, but the thing is, I just don't have any play on the queen side by now, and he just calmly prepares his kingside attack. So here, here I had to find something, because even if I double on the c line, like play rook c7, rook fc8, it still doesn't have a point, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I can play rook c2, but then what's next? Okay, there will be a task, so I won't reveal.
So here the task which is about to come, Jan, is already in your mind. Yeah, what you want to do already is you have formed that plan over here already.
Yeah. Even before playing queen c6. Yes.
Okay, guys. So he went a6 here, and Magnus, as promised, he went king g2. Jan went knight to c6, improving his knight's position, and now rook e1 has been played. So now comes an important moment of the game. Jan, if you want to just explain the last move, rook e1, why did Magnus go rook e1? Any idea?
I will, but once the task is over, okay?
Ooh, okay.
Because it makes most sense, I guess.
Okay, so you guys get 3 minutes for this task. It's black to play. What do you do here? Time for you to think. And while they are thinking, Jan, my question to you is, you spoke about this and you also put this very nice, guys, 1 second, you will get to see the board. This very nice picture Jan put first on the right with his mom when he was a young kid, and now a very recent pic of him. So you clearly give a lot of kind of credit to what you are to your mom. Can you tell us a bit about her role in your chess?
Yeah, I mean, okay, she signed me to the chess club, as said. She was like, I don't know, my first sponsor, like my manager, one can say. Yeah, she spent a lot of her time with me, also driving me to some tournaments when I was a kid. And yeah, like the most important person ever, I mean, in my chess career. Without her, I think I want. I mean,
you wouldn't have been here.
I wouldn't have played chess, like, because I wouldn't have any conditions and so on. So it's clearly like my mom is. I don't know if they say like this in English, but in Poland it's term of father of success, right? So my mom is my father of success. I mean, the person who thanks to her, I mean, yeah, I'm the one who I am. So right now.
Amazing. And does she also follow your chess events right now? Like, we have Vishy Anand, whose mom had taught him chess when he was very young, and throughout his career, his mom would follow his games throughout. And is that the case with you as well?
Yeah, for a long time, my mom was even traveling with me. Only since I was, I don't know, 18 or something, she stopped. Yeah, but of course, she's like the fan number one, supporter number one. So of course, she like watches all my games, and she's not really a good chess player herself, but okay, she even doesn't have to, right?
Yeah.
There are, engines, on all sides, and and then I have to explain myself why I didn't play. I mean, such move. It's this often the case. Yeah, I mean, such scenarios. Yeah, but of course, I mean, she never like put much pressure on me because I mean, I of course love playing chess, but I mean, I don't have to in terms of, I don't know, financial or other cases. So yeah, I just play chess because I like playing chess, and she always like
supported you.
Yeah, supported me and has understood that. So there was like no pressure put on me.
Amazing.
From the very beginning, and that was kind of, I think, important, because
very much
it's a different thing if you play chess, because you love playing chess, and because you play chess because you have to make a living, from it. So that's great thing for me, at least.
Amazing, guys. All the parents watching this, no pressure on your kids, guys, but pressure is on you, all of you here. Prakhar, time for you. What's your move?
I have a feeling Rookie 1 was to stop f6 maybe, but my move is queen b5. I'm like trade queens, if that's the mode we are going for.
Prakhar wants to go queen b5 in this position. Okay, and Joel?
I think f6. I know the bishop comes on g5, then I think the rook can just go to one step above the king. What's the move?
G6. Rook g6.
Yeah, I think that's a very Duda move in my head. So I think f6.
Jan, Joel, more than what he's thinking for himself, he's all the time thinking, what would Jan play? That's the way he's thinking. Okay, Anirban, what was your move? So f6 for Joel. Anirban? Sorry, I should have gone with Biswa, but then Biswa?
Sorry, again, going to get 0 points. Should I say a move that is like decent and get to half points? But my move is bishop d8.
Bishop d8. Okay, we'll come to the logic later. Anirban?
Queen d8.
Queen d8. Okay. Jan, you can. So that actually everyone said a different move. f6, queen b5, bd8, and queen d8.
Yeah, I have to ask, what's the idea behind the bishop d8 move?
Because knight e7, knight f5.
Okay. That haven't crossed my mind. Okay. So queen b5 is the move here.
Oh, Prakhar, congratulations.
Basically, my last moves were just preparing it, playing this knight c6, a6, because also knight was hanging on a5, right?
Yeah.
Because queen on d3 is very, very annoying piece. As said, she covers b3 pawn,
too many
d4
good
pawn.
diagonals.
Yeah, also h4 knight g5 might be an issue one day. So like she has both defensive and attacking potential, and in general also it was working with my attitude to exchange pieces here. And also because Magnus is clearly relying on dynamics here in the position, because I have a static advantage, one can say, because of his bit with queen side now and e4 pawn. So definitely the queen trade is for to my advantage here. And also it's the reason why he played rook e1, because he couldn't have stopped me playing queen b5. I mean, he could have played like a4, but then the b4 square would be too weakened, and I would have like played knight b4 immediately. Right. So, and rook e1 is just the idea of this mysterious at first move is just to play queen b1 after queen b5, which is playing the game. Just to keep the queen on the diagonal, right? Still to harass the h7 pawn. I mean, have an eye on h7 pawn. So I think that queen b5 is, of course, a point. Bishop d8 maybe half a point, because again, it's very creative. I think that after bishop d8, an issue might be rook c1, for example, just because now knight e7 might be not might be difficult to play, because like there is knight g5 straight away, or even maybe bishop b4 one day.
Bishop b4.
Or just
but
rook
in general,
hangs, no? No, rook doesn't hang. Okay. Yeah.
In general, I mean, later on I played such maneuver in the game, so I kind of like it, of course, with a bit different idea, but still, So 1 point and half point.
Half point. And f6.
Yeah, f6. EF and what the rook takes f6, right?
Yeah, he said this line, but
actually, I don't like the look of f6, to be honest. Like, I see the point of trying to get some active play here, because my position is like devoid of active play by now. But I think it's just merely creating a weakness here.
Yeah.
Also the rook on g6 ain't good. I wouldn't say, like, after knight e5 here, like I have to play rook h6, I believe, because after rook
I was thinking,
can't we?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was thinking then rook comes on. Okay, then that's a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I see the point of this, but I'm sorry, I can't give. I think it's 0 points.
Okay, and queen d8.
And what's just stopping knight g5, right? Or
Anirban, why did you go?
Yes. Yeah, just to strengthen that diagonal, g5.
But what are you going to do next? Like, if white plays, I don't know, h4, let's say. I mean, because now the queen gets in a way, between rooks. Like, still we would rather prefer to develop rather than making backwards move. So, I mean, it makes some sense, of course, but I think just in long-term perspective, it's kind of, maybe not that great. So 0 points, sorry.
Okay. And Jan, the question for everyone in the chat was like, if he takes, doesn't this ruin your structure?
I don't know. I mean, these pawns are kind of good, actually, because, I mean, first of all, okay, pawn on b5 might be a weakness, but how white is ever gonna attack it? Like,
the only c3 knight, no? Knight on
c3. But it's like 3 moves. Of course, the pawn on d4 would be hanging. Once the knight is on c3, I can play b4, right? It's trading away those pawns. So it would require like a million tempos, to
get there,
to have this pawn attacked, right?
Yeah.
And now I have also the A line open. Like, I can play rook a8, rook a6, rook e8, and pawn on a3 is even bigger weakness than on b5, I think. So
interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So this works out well for you. So Magnus.
Somebody has written in the chat that pawn structure doesn't matter for top left, only for us.
No, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, not always like double pawns are bad. I mean, often they are, but it's not always the case.
Okay.
In this case, I think it's like not even really fair. Like, I mean, I have this pawn on d5, but it's like can never be attacked as set. So why to bother?
Correct. Well, Prakhar is on 2.5 now, while Biswa has got 2 half points for creativity, which is very interesting because Jan is a very creative player.
I am. Too creative sometimes to my own good. Yeah, perhaps.
So rook c7. Now you're doubling down the c file. He went h4 as Jan explained. Rook fc8, doubling down the c file. And
yeah,
now,
because now it's important to note that knight g5 is not a threat, yeah, because the pawn on d4 is hanging in the variation.
oh,
So
right.
he still, I mean, he has to defend somehow, right, this pawn, but it's not that easy because, yeah, in this variation, that's right. And there is no easy way to defend this pawn. Like if he plays like bishop e3, for example, yeah, with the idea of knight g5, then I can play knight a5, right? Because bishop is no longer would be eyeing my knight on a5. So it's like very difficult for him also to make like a useful improving move.
And you never want to, white never wants to play b4 because then the c4 square gets really weak. So
yes.
that's why it's very irritating. So Magnus still trying to, keep the status quo there, not making any decisions. He goes rook a2. And guys, here is your fourth question for today. You get 2 minutes for this one. Black to move. What do you do here? Now you know what's happening all throughout. So black to move. What to do? And while they are thinking, Jan, I have another interesting picture for you, which you had. This is because you said your first coach put a lot of love in you as a chess player. So this is him. And what's his name?
It's Andrei. His name is Andrei Irlik.
Yes.
He's a coach of my in Velichka, my local town, since the beginning, like the only coach there. Very good. For beginners, I would say.
What would be his strength like? Like, does he have a rating or something, or not really?
Yeah, around 2000, I think. I'm not sure, to be honest, because he used to play. He didn't play for quite a long time, but he said he's like very good with children. Also, he's a teacher of physics, I think, in primary school. Okay. So also helped me in that that respect later on. That's another father of my success, one can say.
Yeah, I think it's very important, guys, to see that to have a first trainer who makes you love the game. And also, Jan, it's not very important to have like a grandmaster or an IM at the start to teach you, right? It can also be someone who's just 2000 rated but loves chess, can make you interested and fall in love with the game. That's good enough.
Yeah, precisely. That was the case here. And definitely at the beginning, one doesn't need a GM. To be coached by GM. Because it's mostly about what such people like says have experience, right? Because often GMs or EMs, IMs have like not that much experience in teaching, right? They are good chess players, but still it's a little bit different. A little bit different playing, a little bit different teaching someone.
Yeah, very nice. So first trainer of Jan, his name is Irlik. And guys, time for all of you. Joel, what's your move here? Black to play. Now you have to think like yourself, or still thinking like Jan.
I think this position somewhere looks like Caro-Kann. Also, I don't know. I know Duda said it's very French, but with the C5 open, I don't know. There's two moves that come to my head. One is the maneuver which Biswa said about pushing bishop to one step below, so the knight gets active. But I think right now I'm thinking of queen b6, and then probably because Duda said he wouldn't mind a draw, so just gonna get into a drawish position.
Pawn,
yeah, so it's the same thing, and probably he gets the queen back to d3 and maybe draw. So maybe b6 is the reasoning.
Queen b6 for Joel. Biswa? Biswa, very excited for your creative answer.
No, I'm not. I don't have anything.
Okay.
I'm stuck at bishop f8.
Bishop f8. Okay.
With the same idea. I just want to get the knight to f5. I feel like that's a good square.
And Anirban?
Queen b6.
Queen b6, same as Joel, putting pressure on d4. And Prakhar?
That's what I thought too. Queen b6 is what I was thinking too. Queen b6 and then maybe knight f5 next move. Maybe if bishop e3.
Oh, if he goes bishop e3, then knight a5. Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
What about Jan? What about queen b6? Do you like it or?
Yeah, it's very interesting that because maybe it's my fault, or I mean my reason, because I was like playing for a draw, not so aggressive, and like nobody is really trying to get something on the queen side now, because there were like two most active moves, a5 and knight a5, and no one suggested them. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. Yeah, but queen b6 is half point for sure.
Knight a5, wouldn't he take this knight? Like, doesn't he want that?
No, I think he doesn't, because now the c3 square becomes vulnerable. I will just play rook c3 next. And also, this bishop on d2 was kind of annoying. Like, now knight g5 might be even like less appealing for him. I don't know. But in general, like he's very very solid on the queen side, right? There are no like branch points, and so every trade basically like makes it easier for me to attack there. So I think so queen b6, that's the idea for sure. Queen d3, queen b5. It also crossed my mind, but I saw some issue which I don't remember now, to be honest, with this move. I think just maybe because white can somehow protect this pawn tactically, like by playing, for example, rook d1 now, with the idea of knight takes d4, bishop e3. I mean, it's kind of sophisticated, agreed. Like because he wants to not to move his bishop when he doesn't have to from d2. The same goes about his queen from b1, rook on a2. So only rook on from e1 can move. So after queen b6, rook d1, and still like I can never really take that pawn. But queen b6, of course, makes sense. So have a point. Yeah, bishop f8 is a bit too timed. Like still, knight e7 might be not. In general, knight e7, knight f5 would be very great, but the thing is that after once I play knight f5, there is g4 coming, right? And what I'm gonna play knight e7 back, like, because in general one day he might be attacking me, right, by playing h5, even g4, g5 sometimes. Maybe it's a little bit too much at the moment, but there are such ideas. So also when I play h6, for example, there is I create a hook, right, and g4, g5 might be the idea for him. So queen b6 half point. And actually both moves a5 and knight a5, I played a5, and knight a5 might be even better, but I actually rushed with playing this a5, because there is a nuance that after knight a5 there is no rook e3, because the move knight a5 wouldn't make any sense. I mean, because rook e3, because of rook e3, but now there is knight c4 tactics, because the queen is not defended, right? So nice. Because of this reason, knight f5 makes any sense.
So knight f5 he would have to take, right? Because rook b2 is also not coming, this is hanging, and b4 also knight c4.
That would be because knight takes b3 is a threat, actually. Because of the rook b2 there is knight takes d2, and his queen is attacked as well, not only mine. Knight f5 was strong. But I said I rushed a bit because it was also rapid, and sometimes you have to play quicker, not to spend value minutes, which might be more useful later on. And but a5 is also good, because the idea is playing a4 and just force him to do something on the queen side, right? Because the status quo annoys me here with black, and now he has to do something. He can play either a4 or allow me to play a4. But Magnus didn't play a4. He
went rook h1.
He went rook h1, which is kind of he wants to attack. He wants to scare me somewhat. Because now knight g5 obviously, and after bishop takes g5, h takes g5, and the pawn on h7 is
brutally
is attacked, right? Still, it might be not the end of the world, because there is g6 at the end, but I mean my king gets open a bit uncomfortable at the very least. So yeah, that was an issue. But I mean, could have been an issue potentially. But I'm at first like I played a4 right here.
You played a4. He played b4.
Yeah, and b4 is a bit controversial. Yeah, I would just quickly say because now there is another weakness for him, the pawn on a3, and there will be nice way to attack this pawn, as you will see later. And yeah, but it also keeps pieces on the board. So Magnus was clearly ambitious even at this stage, but it backfired actually for him.
Yeah. That's the thing about Magnus, that he was always ambitious. So you get your chances here. Bishop e3 played, and guys, now for your 5th point, and I think a very critical one here, black to play. Jan came up with some very interesting idea here. 3 minutes for you to figure out what you want to do.
Yes, I have the move.
Oh, already? Okay, guys, think and try to figure out. This is heating up. Also, the way Magnus has, put his pieces on the king side is quite creative here. Like king g2, rook h1. Jan, I have one very interesting pick here to show. And guys, 1 second, you will have to bear with me. This one, and it's I love Velitska. Is that correct?
Yeah, Velichka, yeah.
Velichka.
A bit difficult.
Is that the place where you were born and where you live right now?
Yeah, I'm living for more than 20 years. I was born in Krakow actually, and yeah, I was living there for 1 year only. Yeah, also had schools there, right, in Velichka. So I mean here. So yeah, definitely in my place, and also it's the place I'm recognized, yeah, also by Polish people. So
what's the
yeah,
population of Velitska?
20,000 people. It's just
20,
a town. It's not a city even. But it's okay, it's a bit funny, right? Because you are the same situation as Chinese, right? Because like a lot of people everywhere.
Yeah, I mean
I mean native, yeah, local people, and it's a bit different, yeah, meaning of town, city, and so on, right?
Correct.
Because the biggest city in Poland has like 2 million people, right? And it would be, I don't know, in India, I'm not really sure into into your cities, but of course, like Chennai, has 70 million, maybe more. I'm not sure, but it's like from your perspective, it's from your
20,000 is very less. It's like the place I live in, like nearby.
It's like a village. Yeah,
exactly.
Like more like a village. Okay, and yeah, village is even lesser in Poland. So yeah.
But is it like over there? There was a chess culture, as you said. There was just one teacher, right, who played chess. But were there more chess players there, or nothing like that? You just came out.
Yeah, there were, but mostly junior, some relatively perspective, let's say juniors. Yeah, not really that much. I mean, there were some players also living in Wieliczka. I mean, back in times, but not really a chess place, to be honest. In general, there are no such places, like not much of them in Poland. Of course, there is this, I don't know, Polanica Zdrój, for example, very popular place where there were the super tournaments, right? I mean, in the end of 90s, for example, yeah, I don't know, Karpov, Shirov, Gelfand playing, all of them playing there. But in general, there are not so many chess places in Poland.
Okay, wonderful to know more about Velichka and Biswa. This time we start with you. What's
shaking his head?
Oh man, I don't know why I'm just seeing very bad moves today. I'm just seeing horrible moves. And I can't unsee them once I see them. So here we go, knight b8. Kill me. I don't
Knight b8.
What's the idea of the move?
Knight d7, knight b6, knight c4.
Okay, knight b8 for Biswa. What about Anirban?
Anirban is muted, I think. Isn't he?
Anirban, what happened?
Yeah. Sorry. F5.
F5. Okay. Okay. What about Prakhar?
I think this is time for bishop d8.
Bishop d8. Okay.
Yes.
And what about Joel?
In my head, I think I'm gonna repeat the same move I suggested 2 moves ago, f6. But the moment Anirban said f5, I think that's a better move. But I think still f6 because that would be cheating.
Okay. f6. Okay. Jan, who
Yeah,
is
again.
closest to your? No one guessed your move, but whose move?
Yeah, that's again kind of surprising to me, to be honest. Yeah, Biswa was definitely the closest because it was basically the same. I mean, very, very similar idea, just maybe in a slightly worse way. Because I played here knight a7, just aiming to invade with rook on c3, also relocate my queen somewhere and bring the knight on b5, from where it would stand perfectly, right? Attacking both d4 and a3. Yeah, knight b8 was a similar idea, a little bit worse, so half point for sure.
Yes.
For that.
Nice.
No, like
Sagar, Vaibhav is
no
in
jokes,
the
no
lobby.
jokes, like,
yeah,
like,
I'll get him.
yeah, I mean, okay, this f6, f5. After f6, I'm not sure bishop takes h6 right away. Might be very strong for white. To be honest, like
you mean f6? Just take this, and then
maybe no bishop takes h6.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
God.
consider the move, to be honest. Queen g6 check, yeah, and after queen h6, right, ef, and probably really very bad for black. And okay, f5 with the same idea, right? Yeah, in general, I would love to have the pawn on f5, right? Just to stop any of, attack coming. But the problem is that after ef, I think I'm just creating more weaknesses for myself here, because ef, bishop takes f6. Okay, it also makes sense, of course, but ef, bishop takes f6. I'm wondering if knight g5 sacrifice is working straight away. I mean, might be not. Yeah, f5 is not. It also makes sense, but it's very, very concrete. And in general, I thought that like it doesn't make sense to play on the king side, because there is also a rule which says that you should be playing on the side. When you're attacking, yeah, in which you are better, on which you are better. So yeah, maybe f5 have a point, but it's like.
Thank you.
Knight b8 was, like how to say? more into my concept, yeah. So yeah, but okay, f5 half a point.
f5 half a point, and bd8, Prakhar's move.
Yeah, I think that knight has a much brighter future on the queen side, to be honest, on b5 most notably, but also on c4. From also with this idea, knight b8, knight d7, knight c4, there's one small issue that if we place our knight on c4, then our rooks are stuck somewhat, right? He will play like bishop c1 or something. And of course, knight is very, very nice on c4, like perfect square. But yeah, that's kind of, it's always like that, right? I mean, sometimes we have such a beautiful knight, outpost for the knight, but other pieces are kind of suffering from it. So yeah, from b5 it doesn't really interrupt any of my pieces. So no, bishop d8, I think 0 points, because it's just it's just the wrong side, right, of the board.
Beautiful.
There might be some knight g5 somehow, yeah, so in some moments working sacrifices. So okay, let's proceed maybe.
Okay, let's go to the next position. And meanwhile, while we go ahead.
In general, I would like to highlight that it was difficult to set critical moments, right? Because the game was very tense, like it was just a fight. So there were many interesting moments, and it was difficult to decide which moment to determine as critical, which not. Like yeah, just Sagar helped me a lot with this because I would have a lot of trouble setting them myself. And yeah, but I think in general the game is quite tense and interesting, and it's not like because sometimes for example, in some other games, like there are some very critical moments, right? And because you you go either left or right, just to put it simply. But here it's not the case. It's like, just a fight, struggle, and I don't know, fighting in the center more and so on. But yeah, in general, we are playing on the queen side right now, and that's and also the c4 become the juicy square as he has played before. Yeah.
Right. Well, Jan, before we move ahead, I want to introduce you to Vaibhav, who is here. Vaibhav, he is actually the leader of Grandmaster Chess, and he is busy, setting up his new house and everything. He said, I cannot make it, but I think he has managed to make it here because he couldn't afford missing this, what was going on. So Vaibhav, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Gian. It's really nice to meet you, man. This is one of the most fun things to do.
Thank you.
Okay,
nice to meet you as well.
5 points have already been completed, but you can fight for the remaining points. And so shall we go ahead with the game? You can see the game and all, right, Vaibhav?
Yeah, I can. I'm just trying to figure out how to pin a video on my phone, but yeah, I'll do that. I can see the board.
Okay, just don't go away, yeah, because it will ruin the entire setup.
Yeah.
You know what to do, Vaibhav.
So Magnus went BD2. Jan went queen E2 here.
Okay, queen E2 is just a funky move. Could have played like queen A6 straight away. But actually, it's all very tactical now because there are some bishop take H6 businesses. But the thing is, it got the job done because he played rook E1 and I just moved back, and rook on E1 is of much less danger than an H1, right? Because there's always this knight G5, some ideas. And also got stuck with my queen on C4. Perhaps queen A6 was preferable just to play knight B5. Because as you will see later, I was kind of stuck. Magnus defended very well at this point.
Yeah, so queen A6.
There are some errors. As said, it's not like my best game ever. It's not perfect, obviously. It was just a fight, so there are some bad moments.
But it's the biggest win, as well. Biggest win of your career.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Not the most beautiful, but most important. Yeah.
So knight B5 was played, and now the knight is looking at this and this. So he went rook D3, defending D4, and now Jan went rook C6, and now rook B2. So both players trying to keep control in the position somehow.
Yeah.
And guys, maneuvering. Time for your 6th point. Now, very important one. 3 minutes for this one. What do you do here? Black to play. Okay, this is very, very interesting moment in the game. And also now we have Vaibhav. For the first time, we have 5 people here in Grandmaster Chess. Jan, this is never happened because Vaibhav came at the last minute. And for this one, I want to show you another nice picture from yours. And this one is over here. You have some books related to astronomy here in your hand. And so I want to know, what are your hobbies apart from chess? Do you like astronomy or what else?
Yeah, it's more about physics, like astrophysics, the beginning of the, world. I mean, it's difficult for me to say, a part of chess, in English, but in general, no, sometimes I like to, read something else. Like, it's just refreshing for your mind, I think. But also, I'm chess player, and chess players, of course, should study chess most of the time. Yeah, so just to make it straight. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to read. No, I just got these books for free, and also it was kind of, saying thank you, to the person who gave me these books. And actually, I started by reading because it was one author, and I got 3 books. and I started reading the third one, not on the picture, but but no, it's kind
So
of
those were books by
interesting
Neil
business.
deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
and,
perfectly. Didn't want to mispronounce his name, so yeah, perfect, exactly.
And you are about your education. Are you still studying something, or you have finished it, or you have given up, or how is it?
Yeah, in theory, I'm still studying. Like I'm defending, actually writing my bachelor degree.
Oh.
And suffering with it, doing it for more than, I don't know, 1.5 years right now.
Bachelor's in what?
Yeah, but actually, I mean, I'm studying on Academy of Physical Education, PE, like lots of sports, and because the first thing I could afford, I mean, the study, yeah, because of course, in theory, I could have studied more or less everything. But in practice, I mean, it was very difficult to make up, right? Just with studying. It's also a turning point for many people, I think. Not only in Poland, in the world generally, right? You are prospective junior in chess. Yeah, you are prospective junior in chess. You have some successes, but then you must train hard, and you either put 100% of focus in chess, or just choose, studying and some other job. So yeah, and it was actually, I could combine both of these, and also, I mean, having some sport can be bad, like for chess player. So no, it's very, also got to meet a lot of nice students, like nice people, also sport athletes from different disciplines. Very, very interesting experience.
Very nice. Okay, guys, let's start with Anirban this time. Anirban, what's your move here?
Bishop d8.
Bishop d8 by Anirban. He wants to put his bishop on d8. Okay. What about Prakhar?
Same, bishop d8.
Bishop d8. Joel? Joel, you're
I don't know why I want to say f6 again.
Okay.
But I know the bishop is coming on 6. And honestly, I just feel all the pieces are placed perfectly. And if I say bishop d8, then I'm just copying the answer. So I think I'll just pass this around.
If you think bishop d8, you can say it. If you think f6, you say f6. Whatever you would play.
Yeah.
I know f6 and the bishop is taking on h6. So it's that. So
it's also blocked this time. The queen does not come to g6 afterwards. So
yeah, that's what I thought. But then probably then rook just comes on
e6, e3.
c3, and then it's the same thing, and you've lost tempo. Yeah, you know what? I'll go with Anirban's move, f5.
f5. Okay. Okay. f5, and let's go to Biswa.
Bishop d8.
Bishop d8, and Vaibhav.
I have no idea why everyone laughed at f6. I was gonna think f6. f6 is what I was thinking.
F6 has been suggested for every move.
Just rewind and watch it on another phone.
Isn't it like a positional issue if you play f6 in a structure like this? Your e6 pawn becomes very weak, etc.
Yeah, but I don't know that much, no.
No.
I'm not that good to understand it, but yeah.
Whoever didn't know.
I'm gonna say f6 and see what is gonna be wrong about it again, so that I don't make that mistake for the next 3 moves again.
He has just come to get his attendance prize.
Yes.
He has never missed a class.
But Jan, what is your thought on?
I mean, yeah, bishop d8. I didn't ask what's the idea behind it, but I guess now, once the knight is on b5, right? Nobody would suggest bringing the knight again, to e7, f5. So I guess all of you wanted to play bishop b6, right? And attack.
Yes, right. Yes.
No, I think it's also the idea of playing rook c6 before. It's very sophisticated and very, classy way.
Beautiful.
Classy maneuver, but also maybe not that way can defend against it. But yeah, bishop on e7 was kind of the least active piece here. So it makes sense. Yeah, and also this f6, f5, I think it depends. I mean, it's mostly on, I don't know, temperament of someone, like character, because personally I don't like playing, I mean, making such moves, but there are certainly people who likes, and they play French defense, right? When f6, f5 is like happening in every game. So I just kind of dislike in principle, but it might be, it might be not that bad. Actually, it makes sense, a lot of sense. Now the rooks are on b2 and d3, from where they can't really attack the e6 pawn. So I mean, the issue with the move f6 is white don't have to do anything, right? Just like bypass this move, play, I don't know, something like queen f1, h5 or whatever, because black is never going to take on e5, right? But I mean, but f5, just stopping this, I mean, improving my, let's say, king somewhat makes sense. So I would say bishop d8 1 point and f6 half point, or f5, because you suggested. I mean, f6 also makes sense because you want to play f5, next move, and not allow en passant, taking. So so I think bishop d8 1 point and f6 half.
Can I ask one question?
f6 half?
Yes, f6 and f5 both half, and I think
Both
Jan
half.
doesn't like anyone on 0, so he was like, okay, Vaibhav.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean f6 with the idea of 5. That makes sense to me as well.
Correct. So f6 is also Biswa, what's your
one
question?
I think originally Sagar wanted to ask the question of the rook from c7 to c6, but then it has been corrected, right? And then the bishop has been questioned. Am I right?
No. I asked bishop d8, but I think rook c6 would have been tougher, I believe, to find the move, because there you have to create something, while here it's there. So this was a very good move, rook c6.
Absolutely. Rook c6 I would never have even get at.
Yeah, and because of rook c6, now when you look at the position, there's nothing else to move except bishop.
Right. You're like, all other pieces have been moved in the last 3 moves.
Yeah.
No, the only issue is with this queen on c4. Like, in classics, they will tell you that it's preferable to have like rooks before the queen, right? So I would much rather prefer to have rook on c4 and my queen on c8, right? But I mean, in such scenario, it could create far more danger, right? Rook c2 straight away, and so on. But now I'm stuck with this queen on c4.
Yeah,
and
maybe we can play queen b3 and get rid of the queen. That way, rooks will get open file.
Yeah, that was the idea. But Magnus, I mean earlier on, but Magnus played very reasonably with this rook e3, rook d3 stuff, and because that was the idea precisely, playing queen b3, not giving away the queen. But
here this was the idea, guys.
But he played, and also defended the pawn on d4, right? So it was like very, very good maneuver by him.
Right. Wow. Okay. So Magnus now, after bishop d8, he clearly felt the pressure that, Jan is coming at his d4 pawn with all his pieces. So he said it's time to go for a kingside attack, g4, bishop b6. He defended d4 first. Now Jan jumped in with his knight to c3, attacking the queen on b1. Queen f1 was played in this position. And now queen to b5 here.
Looks sophisticated, but I just want to play knight d4, queen b5, and just to play rook c3, rook c2 next, and start with queen b5. Could have started with knight d4 as well.
You could have also started here with this.
Yeah. It probably doesn't make much difference. Although now after knight d4, after queen b5, rook c2, knight d4 as played in the game, there was very cool move for him, right? Here, rook c5, which I completely missed. Instead of rook takes c6. I mean, it was actually Magnus was thinking for some seconds here, and I didn't understand what he's thinking about, right? He played rook c2, so he clearly wants to take on c6. But rook c5 was kind of game changer. I mean, objectively, I was okay after bishop takes c5, d takes c5. But the thing is that in worse positions, it very often makes the sense just to change the nature of position, spice things up. And here knight d4 is obviously on the agenda. my rooks are kind of badly placed right now. Also, after knight d4 f3, and my knight on e4 apparently is also unstable. So black is okay. Black is probably slightly better here, but it would have been very, very unpleasant to mint. And somehow I didn't spot it, so it was kind of sitting still, didn't show much of emotions, and that perhaps worked in my way. So sometimes it makes sense. Actually, it makes sense. Yeah, it's good not to see things. But in general, because I'm forced to take on c5, right? After queen a6, there is b5.
You can't move the queen.
That's an issue as well. But Magnus took on c6, which was, I think, a bad decision. I mean, also because after rook takes c6, white is in quite bad shape. Actually, after rook d1, which was placed in the game, I could have just traded queens, which was kind of very good for me. And I honestly have no idea why I didn't swap queens here. I
guess you got ambitious, no, at this point, or not?
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously I wanted to keep my cool, but at some point it was very tense and started to behave emotionally, think emotionally. Of course, started to use logic, because that makes sense in chess in general, rather than playing on intuition. But somehow I was making sometimes weird decisions like this one. I mean, just queen takes f1, rook c3, and I was afraid of rook c1 and some rook c8 check business, but it was never working for him. So but I played rook c4, after which I'm still better. Just rook takes a3, and it's sometimes you see ghosts, and that was precisely the case. But I played rook c4, which is not that bad. I mean, I'm still in charge, of course. And
he took rook takes, and now queen came to c6. Still Jan is pressing.
Now the perfect setup. First rook and only then queen.
Rook c3. So a3 is hanging. Rook a2, and now guys.
Rook a2. I would just say it's kind of very ugly move, and was surprised that Magnus made it.
But what else? How to defend this?
The point is just not to defend, just to play g5 and be active and look for direct counterplay here. Because queen e2 was very strong, apparently, because of g5. I mean, computer says so. Because now black can't play h5 to block the king side, and now the king side is getting open. And also, a rule of thumb says that in such scenarios, it makes sense to defend actively, right? I mean, that attack is your best defense, because apart of the fact that it's much more difficult for human to defend, it's also, you might incidentally win the game, sometimes, because you defend actively, you start attacking, your opponent thinks it's kind of bluff, it's never working, but then he misses something and it can backfire. So g5 was definitely called for here, and rook a2 is very ugly move also to make. So
g5.
kind of weird, to be honest. But I mean, Magnus clearly wasn't at his best form ever. That might have been a reason. And also he was being pressed, for some time, and people do falter to pressure. So even the world champion, as this game shows.
True, guys. So the next moment is here for your 7th point. What do you do here as black to play? Now we are coming towards the end game portion of this game. So what do you play here? You have only 2 minutes for this one. And Jan, while they are thinking, also guys in the chat, please do think about what is your move. And as I had told Vaibhav not to go away, but he went away.
Yes.
Spoiling everything. Okay, I'll hope that he'll come back, but if he doesn't, then let's set this up. Jan, I have a picture for you while they are thinking.
You will keep torturing me with these pictures.
No, this one is the recent one. It's this one. And you've worn this ThinkPad, and actually this is what you wore when you even came back. Oh, you are back, Vaibhav. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Not very sad.
sorry about this. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
what has been the role of sponsors in your life, and like, is it easy to get chess sponsorship over there right now? Is it, chess is supported? Like, are you supported well?
No, it's very difficult, and now once I have won the World Cup, it's a bit different, of course, and it's okay, a lot easier than before. But in general, it's extremely difficult to get sponsors, and I'm very happy to have such as also Lenovo, the ThinkPad, as you said. Also, recently got big sponsor, like the biggest company in Poland,
Yes, I
named
saw
Orlen.
this tweet. Yes.
Named Orlen, which is, let's say, kind of lesser Gazprom, Russian. It's just to compare, of course, it's different story, Polish and Russian, companies, but also oil company, like the biggest one, and so that was really great. And also the company Zinzino, which makes I don't know, some vitamins and stuff, supporting me. So I've got 3 main sponsors right now.
Great. So it's nice to know.
No, but it was like extremely difficult, like, to get anyone, because still chess is not so popular in Poland. Like, also in terms of numbers, right, on social media, let's say.
Yes.
In terms of likes, people liking something, giving thumbs up, and it's like almost all that sponsors care about. So in that respect, it's much easier to for sponsor to give money on football or some other Olympic sport. And it's also a big issue for chess in Poland, that it's non-Olympic sport. in terms of such Olympic as Tokyo, for example, because it's just like different paying to the Polish Chess Federation. Polish Chess Federation, let's say, I don't know, football, or I don't know, some other. It's like different money we're talking about. But okay, let's get back to chess, maybe.
Okay. maybe you can move to India. We'll try and get sponsors here.
But now I think after World Cup all is set. So whom should we begin with? I think Anirban was the last one. So Prakhar, your turn here. What would you play?
Queen C4.
Queen to
C4.
C4. Okay, interesting. And what about Joel?
Yeah, Queen to C4 too, because I think I've realized every move Duda wants to exchange the queen. So
Biswa?
Yeah, Queen C4.
Queen C4 for Biswa as well. Vaibhav?
Queen C4.
Okay, Anirban?
Queen C4.
Man, all 5 of them said Queen C4. Jan, would you give them a full point, or?
Yeah, I must confess I played something else. But Queen C4 is obviously like the most logical move. Right. I wanted to have improved version of it, and I started by playing Bishop D8 first instead of Queen C4. But obviously the idea here is to trade queens and just to win the game, because White has like too many weaknesses here, like pawn D4, pawn A3, and so on. I just wanted him to play G5, which later happened in the game, takes, and then Queen C4, right? Just to, another pawn on dark square, and but Queen C4 side away is obviously perfectly natural, like the move you would normally play in seconds, so obviously full point for everyone. And Bishop D8 is like kind of very, very sophisticated move, to be honest. And
but you were in the mood, to make sophisticated moves in
So
okay, but wonderful true. Guys.
Actually, I did think of D8, but Sagar bhai, if you can go behind a bit.
Yeah.
Isn't the queen trade better bishop on b6 because it attacks d4 afterwards? Like, I'm still winning either a3 or d6 or d4.
Yeah, but it probably just doesn't matter, because I can play bishop b6 back, whenever I want, and it can't really improve his position. And I will show later why bishop d8 made sense, but because the thing is the rook is on a2, right? In comparison to the previous variation, he just can't play like queen g4, queen h5, because the rook on a2 is dropping. And that's a vital nuance, which means he's basically lost by now. And here I was totally winning and spoiled my position, in terms of computer analysis and also in terms of practical play, terribly, because Magnus had to more or less take on c4, because could have played queen d2, but then still there was absolutely nothing he could do, right? And there was even an idea for me to just bring the king, I don't know, to the queen side, right? King f8, king e8, king d7. Again, another very sophisticated maneuver, but even white just can't do anything here. So he instead took on c4, and it's just one idea. Maybe just bishop b6, rook d3 is much simpler and probably smarter. But he took, and here rook takes c4 is basically game over. I wanted to take it with the rook because I've got very solid position and symmetrical, no way to I'm just winning positionally, right? And also the idea is to play king h2 and king g6, which I think was just a nice maneuver, and that was the reason I played bishop d8. But now for some reason I took with the pawn. I wanted to win. There is always this phenomenon that in critical games you want to find some radical solution, some very concrete, yeah. So that you don't miss anything and some other stuff, but in this case it's total bullshit, to be honest. And no, it's terrible move in terms of practical play. In terms of computer it's the same, d takes c4, rook takes c4, but I was Magnus now played d5, and now he suddenly started to get some active play, and it was also I think I missed something very, very trivial around here. Yeah, and now rook takes a3 would be also winning for me, pretty straightforwardly, but I wanted to eliminate all the activity for him and play rook d3 instead, which now rook d3, only now, and it's
you mean after take and rook d3 would have been over, right?
Rook takes a3, right? Instead of rook takes d5 and rook d3, just a3, a2, and just pawn up for nothing.
Right.
But played rook d3 instead, because thought, bishop endgame also must be won. He has all his pawns on dark squares, all of his pawns are bad. But somehow apparently it wasn't that easy. And also I have to admit that now it was we're playing mostly on the increments, right? On this 10 seconds. So obviously there was it was very nervous, a lot of things happening, losing control, and now I destroyed it. So, but here is the move that relatively easily wins, and now it's task, right?
Okay, so here, guys, is your 8th move. What do you do in this position? Because it's time for you to think, and end games are always very tricky. So what do you do? 3 minutes for you.
3 minutes.
Let's go. We have Prakhar in the lead right now with 5, and Anirban very close to him with 4.5. Very cool, Anirban on his toes, and also Biswa on 3.5, Joel on 3.5, Vaibhav on 1.5 points over here. We are talking about your game with Magnus right now, Jan, and that happened in the semi-finals. But in the quarterfinals, you faced India's Vidit, and you have been playing with him many times. In fact, he in classical chess, he hasn't been able to beat you. Overall, what are your impressions of him as a player?
Yeah, now you put me in tough spot, right? No, of course. No, of course, he's an extremely strong player, and we have played some games against each other. Also some training games. One can say private. Some years back. I hope it's not like revealing a huge mystery. Of course he's a strong player, but somehow somehow I have a good score against him. I can like just predict his moves. Like sometimes there is no apparent reason why you're one can say superior to your opponent, and somehow you kind of feel him, right? What he's about to do. And I think I can say it's just my it's just happening with me and Vidit. Like I'm very difficult. I guess I'm a very difficult opponent for him because he can't really like anticipate me doing things. But I on the other hand can. So sometimes there are such situations that we are clearly inferior to one player and there is no apparent reason why. And I think Vidit kind of has difficult time against me. But also I have like most notably extremely bad score against Wesley So, for example. So there are always such tough players. Strong players against whom you clearly suffer, and some strong players against whom you feel very comfortable playing against. And I'm just on the better side of life against Vidit. But as said, just some strange phenomenon that is happening to everyone. And well, of course, he's a very strong player, technical, and as said,
very good.
Lots of games. We played a lot of games, and most of them were very interesting fights. So clearly a strong player.
Amazing. Okay, as Jan finishes this answer, its time is up for you guys. So Joel, what's your move here? Actually, it's a very, very important position here.
It's a pawn to d4.
Pawn to d4. Oh, you're giving up a pawn in this position. You want to play pawn to d4. Okay. What about Biswa?
Bishop b6.
Bishop?
b6.
Ooh, bishop b6. If takes d2. Okay. What about Vaibhav?
f6.
f6. Okay. Anirban?
Bishop b6.
Bishop b6 as well. And Prakhar?
I'm confused between d4 and bb6. I prefer, I think, maybe d4.
Okay.
bb6 is king f3, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay, Jan. What are your thoughts?
So no one suggested the move I played, but it wasn't the best move. So
he played king f8.
not any issue. King f8. In general, okay. Let's f6 is the strongest move here. Like probably
congratulations.
The only winning, which is it makes sense obviously to get active spot for my bishop, but somehow there is also a rule saying in endgames that when you're superior you should trade pieces and you shouldn't trade pawns, because the lesser pawns are on the board, the biggest chance for your opponent to make a draw, to find some fortress or something like this. But in this very, f6 here is extremely strong because just opening. Either losing like his pawns or just getting nice diagonal, h8, a1 for my
but
bishop.
But if he does this and e6, just trying to keep it closed.
F5 obviously is the move here. Of course I can't allow him to play f5 himself, right? Because I have to keep in general as many pawns on light scores as possible, and that's why I think d4 is not a good move, because after d4 he just plays bishop d2 back, and we didn't get like a lot, actually nothing, I think. And also king f3, king e4 is now an issue, right? Because how are we going to counter this plan? Like I think d4 is just a bad move, to be honest. And bishop b6 is nice tactics, but it's just an issue because king f3 is the move, and trade is not good for me at all. And
now d4.
Yeah, d4, bishop
Same,
d2
same.
again. Yeah,
Bishop
and
D2.
no, the thing is that there is no progress. Yeah, I mean, and here this pawn end game is actually after. I mean, yeah, d4, bishop d2, and like.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is...
Yeah, it can even backfire. Like we can even become worse here, I think.
Mm.
So in general, I would love to keep my pawn on d5 and keep his pawns like g5, f4, e5. That's what I thought during the game, but apparently only this f6 move is strong. So clearly 1 point for f6. I'm not sure about this bishop b6 move, but okay, let's stick to 0 to bishop b6 and d4 0. But bishop b6 is much closer to my heart than d4. It's just that after king f3 there is no follow-up, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so f6 here is strong.
F6 is such a, and as you said, anti-intuitive move, because when you are winning, you don't want to exchange pawns, but here it works really well.
Yeah, I don't want to exchange pawns, and also I don't want to exchange pawns which are on dark squares, right? Because this bishop is apparently so bad, but it's also true that my bishop is in some cage, let's say like this. Yeah, so there is really need to like get out.
Yeah, I want to get to c3.
Yeah. And here also the pawn a3 is extremely weak. That's an issue for him, of course. But I played king a8 instead, which is an error. And because there is concrete variation, which I didn't anticipate, I think, at all. Okay, we were at time scramble, so it was kind of random.
He also made a mistake,
becoming random, but yeah, king f8 is a mistake. Yeah.
No, king f8, and his move also king f3 is a mistake, right? He could have.
Yeah. Okay, it's very. Yeah, there are a lot of nuances in this apparently very simple endgame. It just about some f6 stuff still happening to be strong. But in general, when I played king f8, I was like never. I didn't see f6 at all, to be honest. But yeah, there was a lot of tension, like playing on increment, low time. So many things can happen in such scenarios. And yeah, I just wanted to play king d7, king e6, king f5, king f5, just to activate my king. Because king h7 straight away wouldn't be so strong because of f5, I think, at some point. But here also is also a concrete reason, because here, I mean, when I play king f8, I calculated this position, right? King f3, king e7, maybe king f3 first, yeah, and only then f5. Okay, but here bishop c5, king. I thought I'm just winning, but here after king e6, king e3, I spotted that I'm not winning at all, because after king f5, right? There is, which was played by the way in the game, there is just king takes d3, and that was kind of extremely bad luck, because after king takes f4 there is g6, and suddenly he's winning because one of his pawns like queens.
Wow! It would have been such a turnaround.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to say bad luck, because it wasn't luck. He just calculated it, but still, like yeah, very unfortunate for me, and apparently the end game is just drawn, which was kind of very surprising to me. Also, I mean, I learned this fact obviously after the game. We're checking with engines, but yeah, very very strange to me, because yeah, as said, all of his pawns are so bad. It was very 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 difficult for me to understand. I needed some time. You know, yeah, and here, yeah, g6. I wanted to fix those pawns, because those pawns looks extremely bad for him.
Because there are weak.
Yeah, but these 3 pawns are kind of blocked, right? Like 2 of my pawns, like blocks his 3 pawns. So one can say I'm kind of pawn up. But in reality, often, I mean, I need my king in, because if I like move my king somewhere, then f5 also is, I mean, in many scenarios is very strong, followed by either e6 or g6. So yeah, we'll see that later in the game as well. So to make long story short, it's just that the end game is drawn right now. Very, very. But we were playing on low time, so it was kind of, you know, very emotional, very nervous. At some point, I was kind of got into gambling mindset, I would even say, because I was like, you know, so frustrated that I have such position instead of this with those rooks, right? And b5 is okay move, but kind of weird.
Yeah, he could have just waited right here, or not?
Before b5, right? Bishop c5 was nice move, computerish one.
If I take.
Can you show it?
Yes.
Yeah, king takes f4, bishop d6, and white is winning. But I mean, people usually don't think,
Oh,
such.
Oh, this is queening, and if bd8,
Yeah.
c6.
Yeah, and the thing is that the bishop is active on c5, right? But okay, it's not easy to spot. So I mean b5 was very odd to me because it opened this
A3
diagonal,
pawn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and the a3 pawn was clearly
Weak
like
again.
exposed, yeah, became exposed, but still it's okay move, I think, for him. So yeah, the endgame is generally complicated, so perhaps we will not like dwell like in all aspects about it because it could take like a long time, but a long time. But yeah, he was extremely nervous. I just played bishop d8.
You
back.
can't even go into a pawn endgame, right? Here.
Yeah. Pawn endgames are very tricky. I mean, because king c5, I think most of them were okay for white. So but it's very annoying because you have to calculate. I mean, such endgame. It's actually for free results, yeah. I mean, it depends purely on calculation, and if you have low time, you're extremely unhappy to calculate such things. And in general, it was very counterintuitive for me to trade bishops in general. Like it was the last thing I wanted to do,
Right.
somehow.
Right. So he went here. You went here.
But it was, but endgame was okay objectively for him. So just to make it clear.
Right.
Yeah. And here is also nothing, like he just marks time.
And I think here is where Magnus goes wrong. He goes bishop c1, and I think, guys, this is your moment. You have 3 minutes here to figure out how to win this. Like Jan had. Jan, did you feel like you are winning after this, or you're just playing because very low on time?
No, I just gambled now. Like it was very emotional decision. Like I didn't calculate all of it, but was fortunate enough to that was the only actually winning move in the position. And yeah, sometimes when I don't know, stars are on the side and everything is working for you at the end of the day. So that was the case here, but actually it was kind of gambling at first because I didn't see like the vital key idea.
So guys, black to play, what would you do? And while you're thinking, Jan, this one is you with your World Cup trophy here that you won. Generally top players, when they are in their journey of chess, they have a goal in mind as to when they want to fight for the title, like, okay, this is the year in which I mean, it doesn't always pan out, but it's like, this is my year to try for the candidates. This is my year to, did you feel like this was your year 2022 when you should really be trying for the candidates? So you thought, okay, I'm still getting there, and 24 might be the year or something like that?
No, of course I wanted to be in the candidates 2022, but I didn't expect to go as far, to be honest, in the World Cup. I honestly speaking also don't see the reason why it has happened. Like it happened, like I didn't do anything like different, special for the tournament. Also, I played the Grand Chess Tour in Croatia just before the World Cup. So I directly had a flight from Croatia to Russia and was playing Bliss and Rapid there. And yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, like don't understand why I won the event. Like I think I was like devoid of pressure because also I wasn't feeling well at the beginning of the tournament. It's kind of even got scared at some point, that there might be some COVID stuff, but I had negative tests. So yeah, but when you are kind of sick, I mean, chess player can't be sick, right? You need to be like really fully into your job. So I wasn't like expecting much. I mean, okay, even if I like lose, then it's not that bad and so on. I mean, such stupid thinking one can say, but somehow, I wasn't feeling pressure, and that helped me like a lot, I think, because I wasn't feeling well, but I was playing this really well. I mean, playing technical chess, even though I'm more of a creative player, like in chaos. And and also like didn't commit like a lot of errors, mostly in rapid chess as in this game. But fortunately for me, I had only to play for rapid games and 14 classicals. So that's I mean, I was playing extremely well.
Absolutely.
Contrastingly to my feelings. So
Very
there
interesting.
I no idea why turn this way, to be honest. Like, can't give you a golden recipe, but now obviously is the time. I will like prepare hard and for the candidates.
Yes.
And I'm kind of
Motivated.
Of course I'm very excited, I mean, with this possibility, but also kind of feeling miserable when I think that I will have to do so much work for this tournament. Like, you always know it, but now once you got the spot, you like realize fully, it flashes on you. So
you have to build your team and sit for hours, find new ideas and so on. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be great, and a lot of people from India are also going to follow you, because a lot of people enjoy your play. I know for a fact that a lot of people were rooting for you, and it's really amazing how you won this. So guys, in this position, Biswa, what's your move?
Today is not my day. Bishop c3.
Bishop c3 by Biswa. Okay. Vaibhav?
b6.
b6. Vaibhav wants to go. Biswa said bishop c3. Anirban?
Bishop c3.
Okay. Prakhar?
b6.
b6. And Joel?
b6.
Oh, two moves only. Bishop c3 and b6. One is right, one is wrong.
Yeah, precisely. And also have to ask what, I mean, after bishop c3, if white plays king b6, then what?
d4.
Yeah, king takes b7.
d3. And something like somehow you have to, I know. Then
b6 and then
b6, d2.
And just that's the thing I missed initially.
And then f4.
And f4 e5 precisely. Yeah, precisely. And that's the reason I kind of didn't see when I played bishop c3. So that's why I was saying it was pure gambling. Because here is the pawn is very frightening, right? And if he like plays king c8 maybe, because it doesn't matter, then the pawn could be unstoppable. But I had this bishop takes d4, bishop takes e5, which is trivially winning for me, and bishop c3 is the only winning move. Magnus also erred by playing bishop c1 earlier on. He could have should have played to d4, and it's just a draw apparently because there is no progress. But bishop c3 is star move. And b6 is wrong, I think, for me, because after b6 king d4, right? And white plays bishop e3, next king d3, and there is absolutely no way to make progress, I think. Because in general, I don't want to have my pawn on dark square, right? I could have also played it earlier, like with my bishop on even e7 to get the square c5, but still it wasn't that great for me. Here it's probably even worse with bishop on a5, to be honest.
Like, I think their point was...
Can I ask something though? So say for example, after b6, king d4,
right?
Bishop b6. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, bishop e1 is bishop e1 not a continuation?
Yeah, but bishop e1, bishop e3, let's say.
And then maybe bishop g3 and then king f5 ideas.
Yeah, but but it's I think it's just not working because
for sure
bishop takes b6 and bishop d4, right? And I mean, still white don't really have even to take on b6, I think, right? Even king d4 might be holding for him, but yeah, bishop takes b6 is very tempting, of course, and needs to be calculated. Like, I think white is even not obliged to play like this, right? But it was very tempting, yeah? Bishop d4, maybe bishop c7 even. Yeah, bishop c7 might be stronger, yeah? Because this e6 trick might be working again. Yeah, in general, it's okay. Just pure calculation. Bishop c3 is winning, and other moves are not. Sorry, but it's just maths, right now.
Yeah. So full points to Biswa and Anirban, who now takes the lead. Last question left, and this is getting very intense because I think two of you gave the right. Anirban and Biswa, you both gave the bishop c3 move, right? Yes. All rest of you played b6. So now it's the last move here, and Prakhar is on 5 points, Joel on 3.5, Anirban on 5.5, and Biswa on 4.5, Vaibhav on 2.5. Okay, so after bishop c3, now that you are winning, he played b6. You went.
Everyone's so tense right now. It's really, really nice. You guys, right? Okay, let's proceed. Yeah, king c4.
King d7, bishop e3.
And Magnus tried a nice trick, confusing attempt in the same knot. So yeah, what do you do after bishop e3? Just that's basically
last point, guys. What do you do here?
Yeah,
and I think Jan, you never would have imagined that this game, where you had so much stress, would recreate stress for others while watching it.
Yeah, that's true. No, but actually I had many supporters, I have to admit, also from Poland, but mostly, but not only, and like many people really, really wishing me good luck and like getting emotional into my games, about my games, It was really cool. Like some of them like having as huge emotions as I had, so that was really cool.
I think, guys, all of you are watching this and have enjoyed this. Please try to go on the link that I've pinned on Jan's Twitter, and you can send him some good wishes there. You can follow him there because he puts up a lot of interesting updates there. Maybe his team or he does, but there are so many interesting stuff that is happening, and especially when I follow him after winning the World Cup, there are so many nice things. Like as you can see here, he was, so many interviews at the airport. He had so many people following. He also played a tournament and won it. With two.
Yeah, it was night. It was night tournament actually, and organized by chess supporter, Mr. Mokrysz, the chairman of this company Mokate. It's coffee company, and one of the biggest in Poland. And yeah, it was night tournament, starting at 11, I think. And ending up at 4 a.m. So that was like.
But you won it.
I won in the end, but it was like also specific time control there. But everyone wanted to beat me, so I had to be so hard, like
you had to
more
be
than
very
ever.
alert. Yeah, and it's amazing that you could find time to do this, because I know that you are meeting so many different people. In fact, you also met a very special individual just a couple of days ago. Guys, excuse me for this, but I have to show this image. He met Garry Kasparov. There's this on the left. You have, I think, few months ago with the book of Garry, now on the right you met him just, I think, 2 days ago or yesterday. Was it?
2 days ago.
Yeah. How was it meeting?
Actually, he was invited guest there. It was in Mustroń city. No, I mean, I didn't like meet him for a long time. Like had some conversations and so on, but in general he had his schedule, I had mine. Yeah, of course, very nice to talk with Garry. And yeah, we also played actually in Croatia in this Grand Chess Tour.
Right.
Yeah, but it's of course a big event, it was to have Garry in Poland. A lot of local people, of course, like enjoying him, and yeah, very strong player and very nice person. So yeah, everyone was happy, I guess.
Amazing. Okay.
I was happy for sure. If that's
Wonderful. Okay, last question, guys. Time is
Yeah.
up, and we begin with Vaibhav. Vaibhav, what's your move?
E6.
Sorry, King E6.
Yeah.
Okay. Anirban.
King E6.
Okay, King E6. Biswa. Sorry. We go like this. Prakhar.
Bishop B2.
Bishop B2. And Joel.
Bishop B2.
Bishop B2 and Biswa.
Yeah, I thought King E6, but I know Bishop B2 is better now. Yeah. Yeah, I thought King E6, but
So King. So what should I say? King E6 your move, Biswa?
yeah, for King E6, yeah.
Okay. Because this is the final move and the winner will be decided by this Jan. Two moves, King E6 and Bishop B2.
Yeah, actually, I must confess, I'm not sure about King E6 move. Right. I mean, after Bishop takes D4, what do you do, guys? I guess
To exchange.
To exchange. Now, exchanging
But
is
I think
bad.
white has more space near F4, no? So like white is fine.
Yeah, I mean, after Bishop takes D4, there is Bishop D2, I guess, because pawn game is lost for me. And
Yeah, this is
that
lost.
was also I think, I mean, because I thought that D takes D3 might be an option you want to consider.
Yeah.
I mean, you would like to consider, but actually it's also losing
yeah.
moves. So
Right.
the king takes
Cannot
D3
do
and
C6.
yeah, and somehow even after king C6, there is just king D3, I think, and just this F5, yeah, E6 stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm
This is a nasty one.
never stopping. Yeah. So actually, that would be very bad for me. Extreme, yeah. How to say? Okay, doesn't matter. They just D takes E3 is very bad. Bishop B2 wins on the spot, I think, because I'm basically winning the pawn on A3, and that was playing in the game. And about King E6, I'm kind of not sure. Like, I even didn't,
Consider.
like thought up this move. So, so it's difficult for me to like Bishop takes D4, Bishop D2, King B5, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's also.
I have to confess, like
Actually-
I still don't know how BB2 is winning though, like Bishop B2. I know it looks very solid on the board, but I just don't know how we finished the game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The rest is relatively simple, I would say. But yeah, I'm not sure about this variation. I mean, King E6 is interesting, and then now I'm in difficult spot, right? Because I have to.
You mean here?
I have to judge this move, right?
King B5.
Maybe King E6 is also good for black, actually. Okay, let's make it. Okay, half a point King E6. It should be for 1 point.
Prakhar, after Bishop B2, how you finish is you offer victory.
5 and Anirban also
Yeah.
gets half a point, yeah, because this was critical and Prakhar
Yeah,
gets a full point. Joel half a point.
Hey, I also said B2.
Sorry.
Full
BB2,
point for Joel,
full point. Sorry, Joel.
Yeah.
And half a point for Vaibhav. So
Yeah, actually not sure about King E6 move. You might have me guys bluffed. I don't know. Honestly, like didn't occur to me. I mean, this move. So yeah, but it's interesting, of course.
Jan is playing it safe by
this
giving
spot.
half a point. Yeah, otherwise he could have given
Arey,
0.
But
Totally
yeah, what if
works.
you are getting bluffed? Then what if this is even better? I don't know.
No, Bishop B2 is just very straightforward, yeah? And that's the point of this move. I mean, in general, I should make it very easy. Just trading pawns D4 for A3. Now I will have, this A3 pawn will require his king, to be on the, not to control the center, yeah, to step away and and I just march with my king, like in the game. Yeah, that's the game actually, because he has nothing to do. Yeah? I mean, he has to control this pawn on F4, also on B6, and only now Bishop D4. My king is super active, and now also important note, Bishop F2, not Bishop E3, because Bishop E3 would be a losing blunder because of Bishop takes E3 and F5.
Yes.
Yeah, once again, this topic. Yeah, but the thing is, he has so many. Yeah, he has so many weaknesses here that you don't have to calculate like anything. Just improve your king, and then take the pawn on B6, which is the only like potential danger. I mean, even earlier on, right? This idea after bishop takes b6, king b4, still losing.
Yeah.
Bishop e3, right? So yeah, but I just play bishop f2, bishop g3, and it's game over. Yeah, I'm just taking all his pawns. Like his king is far away, and he's never. I mean, it's never like creating any danger for me. So yeah, that was the game.
Yeah, and that when I saw this game and now I have done this, there's so much more that I understood about this game. It was so deeply explained, and right now we have winners Prakhar and Anirban. Congratulations, guys, for joint winners. Biswa, you are number 2 with 5 points. Joel, number 3 with 4.5. And Vaibhav, commendable that you came late and scored 3 points out of 5, I think. So amazing job. And Jan, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, of course. I'm very happy to have a chance to annotate my game against Magnus to wider public, one can say, because of course chess based India is like extremely popular, and also sometimes I watch from time to time. Like I can't really say I'm watching all of your videos because that's not true, but sometimes. And it's very nice to analyze your won games. I could do it like all day and night long, especially against Magnus. But no, it was a pleasure, and I hope you had a great time, like a nice time. And thank you for being invited here. And also this nice idea of this rivalry, right? These points.
Yes.
In general, maybe the game was not perfect to that, because I said it was difficult to judge moments. And I hope we managed to do well, to cope well with Sagar about it. And
it was tremendous.
What can I add more?
Guys,
very, very, very nice initiative. And I also must confess that I liked the thing that before we started, there was of course scheduled this conversation, right, on YouTube, but it didn't even start, and there was like 1,000 likes, so in terms of it even didn't start, right? So so in terms of my Polish attitude, mentality, was kind of something very, very extraordinary. And no, but it's very nice here community as well. And just as said, also becoming more and more popular in India. Also, we can say so by number of young GMs from all countries. So very happy to show you my game.
Thank you.
Again,
you can also move to India, then we'll have more GMs.
Excuse me?
You can also move to India, then we'll have one more Grandmaster.
That's why it's like hell-bent on Jan coming.
So soliciting, yes.
US, United States is buying players. We have to, we have to at least try.
Yeah, we have to match the bid.
Try.
And Vaibhav has been house hunting for the last 3 months, so he'll give you a lot of options.
He knows where the best houses are at this point.
I don't know. I look at Christian Jan right now, and it looks like he's just gonna Mark Zuckerberg in his Harvard room. Like he's just gonna find Facebook on his code. Like it just looks like it. I don't know why. It's a very similar look that
But guys, did you learn a lot and enjoy this session from Jan?
So much, man.
Yes,
so
Sagar.
much.
Can't wait to give Rook differently this time.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sagar.
Yeah,
no, honestly, I had so much fun, Sagar bhai. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Prakhar, and thanks a lot, guys, for coming. And also, Jan, if you check the chat, it's filled with hearts. Everyone is wishing you the best for your candidates, because that's going to be a big event in your life. And also, if you win it, you will face the winner of Magnus versus Nepo, whose match will also be very interesting towards the year end. So very exciting stuff happening for you, and we wish you good luck, Jan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, Jan.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, bye-bye. Yeah.
Okay, guys, just a second. I will end this, and thank you all. Yeah, I'm just ending the stream. Thank you all for joining in. And guys, you can follow Jan on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. His links are in the description. So please check that out in that over there and do follow him. Until then, guys, bye bye. See you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. Yeah.